When you are, well, first off, when did you find out you were done? That there was no more cancer in your body?
That was after my fourth chemotherapy treatment. They told me I had no more cancer activity in my body, and I was so happy. But I did have to finish treatment because there was still a mass in my chest that I needed to, like, get rid of.
How long did that take? The treatment after that?
I think I had like 6 more treatments after that.
6 more after you've been told?
And so, at what point, as far as like, what point was it completely done?
December 28th. So
last year. So we were coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Where everything was completely done, as far as you don't have to go to the doctor anymore for this. And all.
Right.
When you think about that, and you think about the time that's passed by, and you earlier, as we started off the interview, you said you found your purpose in life. What has that last, I guess 11 months been like for you? And as far as finding your purpose and getting closer towards, the woman that you feel like you've always been?
It's been different. I think after cancer, people don't understand that you're a totally different person than you were when you began or when you found out you had cancer. So afterwards, you deal with people who remember the old you, and they don't want to get to know the new you. Not that they're stubborn or they don't like you or they're mean. It's just that they don't take the time to know, like, what may be her triggers, or what, like how might she feel about certain things differently than she did before. And I think your family might take the time out to do that, but all your friends may not. And it doesn't mean that they don't love you or they don't understand or they weren't there for you. So the journey has been me learning myself even better so that I can help other people. Like, hey, I don't like that anymore, or I don't want to do that.
Give an example. Yeah,
I don't like being in crowds. Like a whole lot of people at one time.
So no G-Ho for you.
Oh, no. However, I did go to my homecoming, and that was really nice, but it was better because it was so many familiar faces and people who knew my journey, so everybody's not reaching out to touch you. Because during cancer, like, they tell you, a lot of people can't touch you. You can't go hugging a lot of people because you can get sick, like, so fast. Your immune system is like a baby.
Because of the treatments and stuff like that?
Yeah, because chemotherapy takes away your good cells and your bad cells. So,
and, like, replenishes them, or?
Oh, no, you don't replenish. I mean, after time, it kills everything.
So that your body can try to...
Right, because chemotherapy doesn't know the difference between what part of your body has cancer and what doesn't.
Oh my gosh, that's intense.
Basically just wiping through everything.
My nails were black. Yeah.
Your body has to replenish.
Wow. What are your other triggers?
So I think when I lost my hair, I always had a lot of hair. When I lost my hair, it was really hard. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're so pretty. This fits you. All of this. And then I'm like, thank you. But in my head, I'm like, listen, this is hard. Like, it took me so long to go out in public without having hair or having short. It's still different for me. So, just like when people are talking about their hair, or like, I need to do my hair, or, it's like I instantly get a feeling like, I wish I could do my hair like that, or I wish I could choose different stuff. Now it's different, but
where you go to college at?
I went to Winston-Salem State University.
So when you guys had homecoming, you mentioned going there and being around familiar faces. Did your friends that you went to school with know that you had just been through this? And was it the first time that people were seeing you since then? And how was that? And how were those interactions?
So funny thing is, I really was transparent on my social media about my cancer journey. So a lot of the people that I went to school with did know. Okay. And I went to homecoming last year, but I was very, like, secluded and drawn back a little bit. Like, it was certain people that I did hug, but then it's because they knew. Like, I knew that they knew. And then sometimes it was like, I can't hug you, but I love you so much, and it's so good to see you. So they did know. So, yeah, they understood. I think a lot of people didn't understand. And if they didn't, they probably would ask me later. Like, I had a few people come into my inbox. Like, I was just wondering, like, are you okay? I'm just checking on you because... it was a little different. I'm like, I really couldn't hug you because I can't get sick or I don't want to make that contact. People don't know, like, certain germs you might have. I mean, you can't, it ain't like you can see germs on somebody's body openly.
They could have accidentally just touched something from the bathroom.
Exactly. And they would be fine because their immune system is fine, but I would not be.
Yeah.
Do you have the same group of friends that were with you before, or has that changed? You get what I'm saying? Because cancer, I'm sure, has changed you. So how has that changed your social dynamic or social circle?
So I do have a really close social circle. However, I've always been nice to everyone. Well, I think so anyway. But of course, you have problems with people along the way. I do think that a lot of people were not as there for me, but my close friends really were. Like, my best friend lives in Raleigh. She drove up here to be with me for treatment. I have friends that live here. They were there, or they would come and visit me at home. Like, those are the things that I needed. Or, like, text me every treatment and say, hey, girl, good job today. You are my superhero. And, like, that's the stuff you need. But there were people that I was disappointed. But then along the way, you kind of learn, like, you can't expect anybody to be there for you. Like, and some people don't know how. Like, they don't know how to deal with the situation. They don't know how to see you that way. So,
how did you manage to reach that point? Because I know that had to be hard for you, having those expectations of people that you care about and them not meeting that.
I think it really hurt my feelings sometimes. I never openly said that until just now. But
that's growth, though.
I think, like, it's people that we may not talk all the time, but I did consider them as a close friend maybe before, even if we weren't like how we were before. And I think me being who I am, if this was their journey, I would be right there with them, even if we weren't the best of friends at the time, or even if we had our differences. Just if I say I love you, I'm going to love you, like, regardless. And so it was disappointing to have someone who, or certain people who just was like, whatever, she's going through cancer, I'm not going to check on her, or I'll check on her when I feel like it. But they don't, like, know the difference. And then it's like, are you a bad person for not dealing with them afterwards, or not telling them what's going on with you?
I don't know necessarily if that's necessarily the case. But I'll say this. This year, back in June, me and my family had a house fire. So we're not living in our house.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And so before this, one of the things for me, like, I know when I would see people go through things, was my thought process turned from, all right, let me check on them, see if they're all right, but let them kind of go through what they need to go through, that type of thing, and then kind of back up, but not in like a disrespectful type of way where I don't care about you type of thing. Like, I guess my thought process, I didn't want to be just another person to hit you up. And now it's like, yo, I appreciate when people hit me up, because it's, one of those things, like, you it's like sometimes you just need it. Yeah. And so, like, knowing now, going through that, every time, like, I'm just gonna hit people up just in general when I would normally leave them alone. Maybe that's what other people were doing.
I think I got to that point, but at the time I was not there.
I got you.
So, like, I have gotten there to that point now. Like, I understand, like, everyone does not know, like, what to do in that situation, even if it's not them. But I do feel like at the time, like, it's a process to get there. Like, it takes a lot for you to get and have that mindset and still love people afterwards. Right. Because you like, okay, I wouldn't have done that, but I'm a totally different person than other people. So you cannot make those expectations. Which I'm glad that I learned that early on, because, oh my God, how far would that take me in life, just knowing, like, just keep loving people regardless, because they may think about things differently, or they process, or their perspective is totally different from your own. So,
what is your book talk about, or what's the breakdown of it?
So, the breakdown is like the keys to living a life of purpose despite adversity. So, one thing I would love for people to take away from it is just that you don't have to just have cancer, to find your purpose, or, everyone goes through something. So it just breaks down and talks about, like, what purpose means, how do I find purpose, finding divine connections in your purpose, how to maintain your purpose, the things that you should continue to tell yourself, Like, you're good. Like, God loves you. Like, you are amazing. You are everything that God says that you are. You do have a purpose. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay, because you're going to get there. And I think that everybody goes through something, whether it's big or small, that, like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Do you think going through your cancer treatments and all of that has helped you build your purpose? Did you know your purpose before that?
No, it's funny because it was before I was really depressed before cancer. Like, was going through a lot. I was living on my own. It was just, you work in corporate America, you driving the car, I was driving the BMW. I was just partying and having fun. But then when you wake up the next morning, you like, okay, so really, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I know this can't be it. Like, I know this can't be the only thing meant for me.
Then? Right.
My purpose is to help other people to find their purpose, to know that they're, like, God, just to know, even if you don't believe in God, just to know that there's something for you that you're supposed to be doing that is meaningful, that's heartful, like, that will drive you to want to wake up every morning, even when you think, like, the world is going to end. I don't want to do it. I don't care. Like, there is something for you, and somebody loves you, and somebody's looking for you to fulfill that purpose so that they can wake up every morning and they can do what they are called to do.
So in a sense, you want to be that liaison or that help that you needed during your time of struggle. Yes,
and I think that's so important.
And now you mentioned before having to quit your job. As far as career, what was your career, and then what will be your career?
So I work in human resources, and I'm actually back working in human resources.
Okay.
And I love my job now because I work with people who just understand. My manager has a father-in-law who is a cancer survivor. It's funny because cancer has touched everybody in one way or another. So when it's time for me to go to my doctor's appointments, like, they're so understanding and loving about it. And I work for an early childhood company, so I love children. And it's like, you're doing something that's bigger than you. And that matters. It's not just you working in human resources at a job because it makes money. It's me working in human resources at a job that helps children to learn better. And it's just more meaningful, and I love it. But I'm also an entrepreneur on the side, which is more meaningful too, because outside of work, I get to do things that I love to do, which is helping other people, talking to other people, writing my book. I love when I see people walking around with my t-shirt, Live on Purpose. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't even know you, I don't even know you like that, but thank you. And I really appreciate that support. So I love talking to people, motivating people to be better and to know that there's something out there for them. And I love teaching people about human resources because it's a lot of things that people don't know. That the benefits they have at their job, or like what they can do. And I love educating other people about that, or how to start a business. So it's so much stuff that I do now. It's like I was not doing all of this before.
What has been the impact as far as your book is concerned, as far as feedback?
Just how inspirational it is, and like just people not knowing, like, they can go from one thing to the next. Like, okay, like, I really was at the same place as you, and just reading your book, like, I just feel like there's something so much bigger than me that I need to be doing, and I can do it. Like, I just need to go for it, because I think a lot of people get scared about the process, when if God gave that to you, he's going to make provision that it's going to prosper and be successful. So that's the feedback I've got, and I mean, that in itself, it just makes me happy.
That's what's up. Well, before we get into the information on how people can get the book and read the book, that type of thing, how long did it take you actually to write it, and from the time you started writing it to get it published? So
it took me 4 months to write the book, just because I wanted to, like, make sure I was precise and get all the information in. And then it took 4 more months to get it edited and go through the publishing company to make sure everything is included. They do the sizing. I mean, she did everything for me as far as even getting it on Amazon to sell it. So I just had to write the book and just pay her along the way.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, shoot, you just mentioned Amazon. Talk about how people can get that book.
So you can go on Amazon and you can search my name, Raquel Weaver, and my first name is Raquelle, or you can search From Cancer to Purpose, and you'll find my book there. And there is an ebook version as well that you can read from your phone, your tablet, your computer.